For the fans, by the fans. Welcome to the only Angels post-game show that keeps it real, win or lose. No filters, no fluff, just raw reactions right after the final out. The Golden Stamos is polished up and somebody's about to take it home. A clutch hit, a game-saving grab, or just straight-up hustle. We see you. But if you played like trash, you're getting the dreaded Nacho Night Award. We saw the missed calls, we saw the blown saves, the clutch moments, and the disasters too. Your comments are front and center, and yeah, we read all of them. Wanna let loose? Call in and sound off live. No scripts, no suits, no spin. This is raw, this is real, this is where the fans take over. This is the Heady Postgame Show with Todd Fox. For the fans, by the fans.
I'm a fox. My name's Todd.
Hey, welcome into another episode of the Halos in the Infield postgame show. I am your host, Todd Fox, as we start off another night here on the postgame show. Thursday night edition as they start a 4-game series up in Seattle, a 10-game road trip, which is likely to see them get their asses handed to them. Tonight was a lot closer than I thought. And as we just wind down this regular season, that, my God, dude, I had so much love for this team, in April, May, June, July, and the first week or two of August. And then since then, this team has pissed me off more than the entire months leading up to this, September series, where it's just like, fuck, dude, just play out the season. Let's just finish it, dude. And try to finish strong. I mean, with everything that happened at the bowling event and then just everything on the field too, it's been bad, man. So it is what it is tonight. Again, right now, you just witnessed the Angels blow another one. And I might have to say again, I mean, is stupidity really in the Angels' vocabulary, or they just act like it, or they just don't understand like the regular way to play baseball. Baseball has never changed except when analytics got its ugly head and fungus into the game. But how do you manage like this? How do you run the analytics like this? I mean, seriously, you pitch 7 pitchers an inning. That's it. So bullpen pitchers are not allowed to pitch over an inning, and they have to start the inning. If you've noticed, the Angels don't interchange pitchers unless they have done given up 6 or 7 runs, and then they're like, oh, they got to take them out. It's 1 inning at a time. That's it. 1 inning at a fucking time. I don't understand this team. Even when they do some things right on the hitting side of things, they just get in their own way. Again, they scored over and over in extra innings, but not enough to get the job done. You put a guy in there who's been DFA'd more times than I've been in the league. As far as it's so stupid the way this team does things. And it is frustrating to watch, dude. Like, literally, it is frustrating to watch. Again, I put football over this thing, and it's like when football season started, Sundays or Saturdays or whatever, Thursday, I'm going to have the team on my phone, dude. I'm not going to have them on my big TV. I'm not going to watch them right now. Like they don't deserve my 100% attention. They don't deserve yours either. This team is playing like ass, like straight up ass. There's no accountability. Nobody's angry. It's just shut up and play. And then we're supposed to be thrilled and excited because Mike Trout's sitting on $3.99 now. It takes him over a month to hit a home run. And as much as I hate the announcer saying in a situation, instead of relying on the batter that's up at the plate at the time, and to where it's like, okay, let's have an opportunity here. If we get a hit right here, we could tie this game. It's like, hey, this guy hit 3 home runs 2 years ago in Kansas City. What does it have to do with this year? And this team just like the announcers are just as bad because they're pushing the narrative of got to hit home runs, got to hit home runs, got to hit home runs. That's not how you do things, man. That's not how you do things. And this team does not play the fundamentals. It doesn't do anything correct. And when they do, the other side fails. I don't understand how you could pitch guys like Peralta in a situation like that. Well, I know because you blow through your bullpen. This team doesn't even listen to itself or doesn't follow the rhetoric that they try to push on me and you. All year last year and this year, it's like we've got to conserve the bullpen. These guys have pitched day after day, or they can only pitch 2 days and they got to take the third day off. We shouldn't tax our bullpen. So their answer was throw position players in blowouts. And then, but what is this about? Oh, I can only pitch an inning. You're gonna blow through your bullpen if you're pitching them only an inning. These guys are more than capable of pitching multiple innings. Yet when you need a guy to finish a game, you don't have them because you only pitch those guys that were good in inning. I mean, do they want to lose? Just tell me right now that you want to lose. You want to get as much losses as possible, and I will understand. But if you are telling me with a straight face, "Oh, Torrey Hunter's in the dugout. He's got to be motivating these guys." Oh, my Montgomery's winning. He's trying to win for the Angels. No, he's not. Just tell me the truth. Stop lying to me. I'm sick of this shit, dude. I mean, fuck, we're a laughing stock. Literally, my boss walked into me this morning. He ran into me in the hallway and says, "Hey, the Angels suck." I'm like, that's not a good enough explanation or expression, or it doesn't justify the Angels. He's like, "Oh, don't get your panties in a bunch." I'm like, "No, I'm not defending them." I go, "You need to come up with a stronger word than suck." They're ass. They're ass. And you know what? Thank you to everyone that wished me happy birthday today. I will say this. In the tradition of Angels fans having their birthday fall during Major League Baseball season, especially the last couple of years when the Angels play, the Angels have done one thing effective. Everybody that I know that's been on here and says, "Hey, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's my birthday. The Angels play today. It's my birthday." Every time the Angels go out there and lay a fucking egg in your honor. Oh, it's Mateo's birthday? Gotta lose. Rally Chris's birthday? Gotta lose. Oh, Grillmaster's going to the game? Gotta lose. Todd's birthday? Gotta lose. I mean, they can't even grant us that. This team sucks. This team just sucks. And I've never, ever, ever, ever in my life as an Angels fan, going all the way back to 1987, 89, when I really started to watch them like consistent. I have never wanted a season to be over. Even last year, I was still intrigued and for some reason wanted to watch them finish the season last year. I have no fucking desire to watch this team right now. None. Just none. The disappointment that happened at the bowling event, the way that I've seen, and I brought it up, the players coming out and not giving any love, our players not giving any love to the kids in the Trout farm. Mike Trout showing zero emotion, zero accountability, showing no off-season urgency to get better or to change his swing for this year. The ownership, the commentators, the scrub players, the phantom injuries, the poor play, the analytics. I can go on and on and on. It is so fucking tough. Yeah, Gerardo, Roger Lodge, got to put up with that asshole. Nipples McGee, Mr. Trent Rush. Hey, this team has a chance to make the playoffs. Trust me. And guess what? I'll be at Brix on Sunday. Sunday, nachos 50% off. I can't, dude. I just can't. And yeah, I will be here on the homestand, the last homestand, up until Sunday against the Astros. Because why the fuck would I waste my time on a Sunday NFL when baseball used to be king for me, when this team had a better owner, when they tried harder, when they had a Disney ran organization? I would push football aside in a heartbeat. But when you're not trying for me as an organization or as a team to win my fandom, well, fuck you. I understand teams have bad seasons in every sport. Every team, I don't care who you are. For years, we thought the Lakers would never hit a downside. And guess what? In my lifetime, they've hit 3 downsides where they're just not that good. And it happens. It just happens. But the Angels have now gone on record 10 straight years. 10 years. Not being able to give us anything. And again, any normal team can have 2 or 3 bad years. If this Angels team were to, let's say, when they finished that 2014 season and they were beat pretty bad by the Royals, if you gave up, right, or if the team just said, hey, you know what, we're getting older, we need to retool this team, we need to restart over, and they tore down and built back up in 3 years, I'm fine with that. Just give me direction. Tell me as a fan, don't lie to my face, that we've got to rebuild, we've got to restructure, we got to move some contracts, we got to trade some guys, we've got to start scouting better. I much rather have that than just blow smoke up my ass and pretend it's something good. And don't worry about it, guys. We're going to contend this year. Way to go, team. No, it doesn't work that way. But you know what? They don't even do that. Now it's come to the stadium, bring your family, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, and 4 tickets. Sit up in 531 in the very corner of the stadium. Don't forget, it's Christmas in June. Don't forget, it's Indiana Jones weekend. It's fireworks. It's this, it's that. When the good teams come, we can't give shit away because everyone will be there. You ever notice all their freaking giveaways, which there's a lot of them, are against crappy teams? Good question. Chris says on TikTok, where do we even go from here? The only place you can go for as a fan is you got to wait in the off season. After Artie loses the damn thing with Skaggs and has to pay out money, he needs to get just reamed so good in the audit. If he gets screwed over and the judges file in favor of the city of Anaheim, he won't be able to last as an owner. The absolute worst would be for him to skate out of it with minimal damage and minimal payments, and they find the city responsible. If they find the city responsible, then the Angels fans are fucked. We're all fucked because we're stuck with Artie. But if they find Artie responsible and he's responsible for the payments, he's not going to be able to do it. And guess what? He either sells and he becomes a minority owner, or he just goes, hey, whatever, sell the team. Yeah, why didn't Chafin pitch tonight? Who knows? No explanation. Ask Montgomery. He won't tell you. He don't care. Why? It's amazing that we don't have that, or that he has fans in general for this franchise. And you watch, if and when a new owner takes over, they're going to be blown away by the support that they'll get, because Angel fans are hard suffering. They're long time, just they stick with a team. You know, there's always that type of bandwagoners that come around every kind of team, but that's not the hardcore fans. That's not the ones that have been here forever. But you just look at how the fans have had to endure so much pain over the last few years, and nothing's changed. It's not gotten any better. It's just progressively gotten worse. And every year we start out saying, well, like last year, well, they did not lose 100 games. They did not lose 100 games. So we should be better. And yes, technically they're better. You've gotten some guys that have done good. All right, it's fine. But in all actuality, what has gone good for this team that we can say it's going to go into next year? We don't know what the salary is going to be because we got two, and I never thought I'd say this, but you have two dead weights on the team right now. And at me, change my mind. Mike Trout is dead weight. Until he changes his swing, he's dead weight. And I love the guy, but look, MVPs, Silver Sluggers, All-Star appearances, that's all great for the highlight reel at the beginning of the game and calling all angels. That's great. What does any of that shit do for us this season? Nothing. I want consistency back, but you're paying 70 some odd million, nearly $80 million to two players who don't hold their own weight on the field. Think about it. And an owner that just won't cut bait. Won't cut bait. It's hard to watch, man. Look, I played baseball at a high level. I don't profess to be a major leaguer by any stance, but I at least made it to the minors. But I know from experience and from friends who played in the majors and finished their careers in the majors, you have to adjust to the game or the game will adjust to you and your career will be short-lived or it will be abruptly ended. And that's how I'm feeling it's going down the pike for Mike Nelson Trout if he doesn't change. We're stuck with that contract. He's never going anywhere. And we're going to ride out number 6. And we're still not listening to our fans. Ownership, Carpino, everybody has said for years, we need to get rid of, or we need starting pitching. We need starting pitching. Every year, you have baseball insiders saying, well, this guy right here would be the perfect fit for Anaheim. This guy right here would fit well in Angel Stadium. This guy right here would anchor that rotation. You get a couple of these guys on this rotation. Watch out. The Angels could be in the mix for the AL West. Hey, you know, the AL West is up for grabs this year. Houston has kind of hit a downside. They're not performing like they had last year. And Seattle's always got a tough time scoring runs. And you never know what you're going to get with Texas. And these prognosticators come out there waxing poetic, and they're all like, hey, guess what? I got my money on the Angels being that sneaky good team out of the AL West. Then what do the Angels do? Zero. Zilch. They're not a factor in the offseason when we're all waiting for Christmas to come and January, and you know, when the new year hits and we're thinking, man, there's still all these free agents in the market, and we're all like just getting so happy, like, yeah, you know, I know they're going to pull the trigger. I know they haven't done it the last 4 years, but God damn it, it's this year. Trust me, there's no excuse this year. Then what happens? You get Artie in that magical lisp, and he's out there saying, well, if this team's lost $50 million and they don't have you're like, what the fuck did he just say? And then translation and the little, you know, captions saying, well, this team lost $50 million this year. You know, we've had to do this and we had to put $5 million again into Anaheim Stadium upgrades. Where did you put $5 million into the stadium? You didn't put nothing into the stadium. He's gone cheap on everything. Do you understand that Hoffy hot dogs It was just brought to my attention too. There's stadiums, the prices that they have for the food that they get. You would think, man, he's paying a lot to have that kind of food on hand. Have you ever seen the Angels people wheel the carts out because there's no underground, there's no back area? It's such an old ass stadium to where if an area runs out of food, they have to cart it right down the middle of the aisles that you walk to get to the stands. Do you not see the bag of microwavable beans, microwavable meat, all that stuff? None of it's cooked fresh except the burger joint, the Big A burger. And I believe one of the restaurants, I think it's behind home plate, whatever it's called, Diamond Club. Everything else is processed or out of a fucking army bag. And you're paying top dollar for that. Top dollar. They get cheap beer because they advertise. So what we pay for a tall can is about what, $3.99, something like that, maybe even $4.50 or something for a tall can at the liquor store. They get it under $2, maybe even like, yeah, about under at $2 or under, right? That they buy those beers. They're selling those at $18. You do the math. So the whole point of it is he doesn't care about the people on the field, does not care about the winning. I've said this before and I'll say it again. He just wants you to get in the seats because he knows that your child, your date, your friend, somebody is going to buy a pretzel, buy a hot dog. You're going to walk by the Big A burger. You're going to walk by Chronic Tacos. And you're going to be like, that smells good. Maybe I shouldn't get that. But then you see someone holding a helmet nachos. Ooh, that looks good. $23 right there. Oh, just one beer. They're only $4.50. Oh, I can get two at a time. $9 right there. And so on, so on, and so on. And then he gets you for parking too. Because if you don't want to park for free at Noble, you're going to have to pay across the street. You're going to have to pay somebody. Money is being made. And people still come because it's like, hey, I need that bobblehead. I need that cooler. That's what it comes down to. He only cares about you being in the seats because he knows if he has you in the seats, he makes money off of you. It's not even about the tickets unless it's premium and you're paying a lot of tickets. Why do you think he doesn't care about $2 to $5 tickets? He just wants you in there because you're going to think logically that, oh, okay, $5. I only got in for $5, so that'll make up for me buying a hot dog. $6. Make up for me buying a soda, $6. And so on and so on and so on. You've made up for that ticket for a hot dog that cost him 50 cents. You pay more for you pay for better you pay more for better quality and better quality at 7-Eleven hot dogs. 7-Eleven hot dogs blow away the hockey shit, the hoffy shit. But I'm just letting you guys know, man, that whenever you see the stuff like what's going on now, if your eyes aren't open to what's the scheme and the scam of just getting you there, because they know they play on your heartstrings, dude. So even if you say, like I have multiple times, I eat before I go in. I park at Noble and walk my ass all the way over there. So I don't give that asshole any money. Even if you do all that stuff, he still got you in the seat. And he tugs on your heartstrings because you love this team. I'm just as guilty as everybody. I'm just as guilty as everybody because I love this fucking team. And then sometimes I can't hold out. I've had beer before the game and I want to chase it with another beer, and I'm forced to buy one inside the stadium because I can't, And I get it. I'm seeing the comments now too. Some people agree, some people disagree, and I get it. But it sucks because again, they're tugging on your heartstrings. This is a franchise you love, you grow up with, you have memories with, your family's been around. There's good memories no matter how bad this team has been. This that you've had an opportunity to share memories with friends and family, coworkers. I met my girl there in Anaheim Stadium. We've been in a relationship for 5 years, so it's like you have good memories, and of players past and present. And it's hard when you watch this team just shit the bed. Because again, I don't even feel like going over the scorecard tonight. It's the same old shit. Yeah, thanks, Kev. It's the same old shit because you have again 7 pitchers pitching an inning tonight. They can't go more than an inning, and the one guy you do pick to go more than an inning shits the bed. You don't deserve to win any of these games. Wiener Schnitzel's down the street. Um, it's a hard watch, man, because I've said it before and I said it and I'll say it again. You've had opportunities if you played small ball this year and you weren't swinging for the fences, and you've had a decent enough pitching staff to get you far, or at least be close to Seattle, to at least be in the freaking in the conversation. But they've lost a lot of games where it's like again, I got to go through the end of the season again to give you the record of when this team scores 4 or more runs to 3 or less, and what the record is. The record is horrible. And then you look at strikeout after strikeout. You listen to a interview with Taylor Ward, and Taylor Ward said, "Oh, I always try to swing for the fences." Oh, but what if you're down 0-2? He literally said, "I uppercut. I'm trying to hit a home run." Why? That's not winning baseball. That's playing for yourself. That's not team ball. I mean, I could write a book about how bad this franchise is. I challenge anybody to tell me a good facet of this team. Like what's something to be happy about? And you can say the young core, but look what happened to the young core. It looks so promising. Oh, Hoppy's hit the skids. He's had a rough second half. As good as Neto's been at times, he strikes out a grip. Mike Trout's been terrible. Soriano, like Carlos said, is not consistent. Kikuchi can't get run support. When he does, he shits the bed. Anderson's terrible. I don't know, man. It's rough. There is not, and like Rod says, only thing to look forward to is Artie at some point leaving. That could be this year. Could be in a couple years with a strike, if we get a strike or not. But again, yeah, you have Adele, great. But then you have, on the other hand, did we bring up Simo too fast? He hit the skids. Shonawell got hurt. He was like our most consistent, best hitter, or even like when he got out, he was really good. The bullpen at times looked lively until he started ruining it with analytics. It's been a tough watch, dude. It's challenging for all of us to be there at the stadium and then also to watch on television. Again, they're playing for our time and our devotion, and yet they play like this. You wonder why you watch. So with that being said, man, Mike Trout hits 499 or 399. I honestly, if he was not getting into injuries and he was hitting on average 35 to 40 home runs a year, think about this. He could be sitting around 550 right now, maybe a little bit higher. Instead, this dude is barely creeping to 400. And some people are like, oh, 400 is a lot. A lot of players that were really good for a long time didn't hit 500. They fell just short. I right now, if you were to ask me, can he hit 500? No. If you asked me in 2020, before COVID, can Mike Trout hit 500? I'd have been like, dude, hell yeah, he can. What are you talking about? Like, there's a chance he could hit 7 if he plays out his entire career. He goes to 40 years old, 39 years old. There's a chance he could hit 7. It'd be great. But no, we can't do that. Plenty of injuries. And now the thing that's worse than an injury is he can't catch a fastball. Why? Because he's not swinging right. No adjustments whatsoever. And I can't sit here and tell you that nobody's talking to any of these players. I just think none of them want to listen. The ones that do are like Shonawell, maybe Neto, but again, you can't really tell because they're just preaching launch angle and exit velocity. Again, I've seen plenty of teams walk into Anaheim Stadium and literally nickel and dime us to death with floaters, seeing eye singles, fly balls, bunts, grounders that just get through. And I hear Gooby on the broadcast, hey, that one only got out of here in 56 miles per hour on exit velocity. So fucking what? I could hit it 190 miles per hour, but if I hit it right at a shortstop, which I've seen Mike Trout do thousands of times, or if I hit a line drive to the outfielder, who gives a shit? Do you get runs? You get points? Do you not take an out for hitting it super duper hard? This team is ass backwards for what they prioritize. Like, I don't understand how you can literally just be like, yeah, we need more exit velocity. We need more launch angle. Like, you're third in the league in most home runs. Congratulations. You're also 150 RBIs behind teams that have as many home runs or less than you. Look up the numbers. 100 to 150 RBIs less because they don't hit with runners in scoring position. They're batting a woeful worst in the league, 227, with runners in scoring position. Couple that with the fact that they don't walk enough. They don't have that many doubles. And singles are not even close to the top 10. It's just all or nothing, baby. All or nothing. And don't even get me started with strikeouts. Angels have set a team record already 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, they set a all-time strikeout record for a team. So 2 weeks ago, they broke the all-time worst record of striking out. And they are a full 125 strikeouts ahead of the Rockies for most strikeouts. You're out dueling one of the worst teams in all of baseball. Carlos says, I think I've 8 more double burgers than Angels have double hits. This team is a crap fest to watch, dude. And again, last year was a low of all lows. The year before that was a tremendous amount of lows too. When we went out the trade deadline and thought we were going to contend, and we wind up dealing everybody off less than a month later because Artie didn't want to pay the back ends of those salaries. So you don't think that players don't talk? Players understand what organization they're a part of, all the way down to the minor leagues. And you'll see if this team is continually run the way it's ran, then you're going to see guys like Neto when their contracts come up be like, "Nah, I pass. I'll play out my contract. We'll go to arbitration. I'll get my money. I'll play the long game." And then he's going to wind up saying, Atlanta looks nice this time of year. I've always wanted to play in the Bronx. Maybe Chicago's his team. I don't know. But it'll come down to that because no one's going to want to play here. You see what they do to veterans. You see how they care about winning. You see how there's no leadership whatsoever from the top down. So you get uninspired. I don't give a fuck baseball. And now with everything coming out with Ron Washington, I could kind of understand where this team came from, why he was so apathetic at times in the dugout, why he never argued calls, because he couldn't. He was worried about his heart blowing up, literally. And we want him back for next year? Quadruple bypass later? No, no, thank you. No, thank you. I don't need to hear more of this with we got to keep pushing, we got a great game plan, but these guys got to keep pushing. I don't want that back. We need a new voice. We need a new culture. The same old's not going to work anymore. Montgomery is a literal cancer to this organization. Mateo says, who was managing the game? Mark Montgomery says, bring back Sosha. Mateo says, do you hear the rumors about Pujols? No, I don't want that. And I'll be blunt with you. I changed my mind on that. If he wants to be a hitting instructor, fine. But homeboy over there leaving his wife back in the day because she was having brain cancer surgery or something like that. She had a tumor being removed, left her high and dry when she was on the surgery table, and then lied to us and said, "Oh, I can't play for the Angels because I know they want to put me on the bench. I don't want to be a role player. I don't want to mentor these new kids." So the Angels gave him an outright release because he's like, I want to play for a winner and I want to start. I'm not going to go anywhere unless I start. Goes to the Dodgers, rides the pine as a pinch hitter. Lie, lie, lie. I don't want that on the franchise. I don't care for paying him another 10 years. He could be an advisor. He could help out other ways. No. Torrey Hunter, dude. Torrey Hunter, Darren Erstad. If we're not going to go like I don't want to go someone who's never played. I gotta have, even if we go, what's his name? One of the Molina brothers, not Benji. I don't think he could do it. He's too nice. I would go the Molina from the Cardinals, dude. Javier. He would be a good one as well. He has some, Yachty. He does have some experience at least. Ray Montgomery has beef with winning. I want fucking Tard out of management. I'm so pissed. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Angel says, love how Wayne shits on the bunts. Then the Angels proceed to get runs by bunting. And that's another thing. Angel, the commentators suck. How many times have we heard Wayne say, that's a waste of an out? What do you think you do when you hit a fly ball sacrifice? It's the same goddamn thing. You're moving the runner over, whether he's at second base and you fly one into right center and he tags up and goes to third. It's the same fucking thing. It's just a bunt on the ground actually gives you an opportunity to get to first base. Thank you for the birthday wishes right there. Shop Girl says, are you 35? I wish. 45. 10 years more. Happy birthday, big boy. We had that game for you, but gave it back because we're still giving. Much love for your birthday and many more to come. Same to you, Anthony. Much love for you. Jesus says Angels were the Browns of the MLB. Marty says, I miss the days of the goofy bat boy used to hand out the home run hat and occasionally we would win. Saucy says at least the Sixers are eliminated the Quakes. I think they're in the championship. Carlos says Wayne keeps on talking about if the Angels can pull this off, there'll be 70 wins, then we lose. Yeah, they always talk about that. I mean, Wayne is the biggest jinxer out there, dude. He'll be like, this guy's hit a home run. He's due for one right now. Nope. If Squid is hitting on Trout's spot of the order today, we would get a W, not an L. I don't think so. Don said, we battled like crazy, but damn, we just needed to break it open, but we didn't. Just came up short. But why the fuck did we sign Peralta guy? He's horrible. Yeah, again, Yankees really struggling. Cut bait with the guys that really suck, and we're like, gimme, gimme, gimme. Alfonso says, I really think, or not the Yankees, White Sox. I really think Trout is hurting this team, and his name Pujols didn't decline this fast, even at the age of 61. I'm telling you, I'm not watching the game on Sunday. I'm watching football. There you go. Josh says, why is Matthew Lugo hitting over Bryce T? Bryce is showing flashes with a bat, and Ray is pulling him with a high strikeout swinger. I have no idea, dude. None of his moves are making any sense. Thank you, Omar. Be honest, if Ron Washington was still managing, we'd have a better spot. Maybe, but I wouldn't put too much in Ron. Josh brings up a good point. Why can't Sam Bachman be a swing guy? He's got top shelf stuff with a 4 ERA in Salt Lake, and he's costed us a top 10 pick. Instead, we have Peralta. I don't know. We keep sending him up and down. We keep having all kinds of situations just not working out for us. Alfonso says, please have your eyes checked, Trout. So much for the Angels coming in third in the wild card spot, huh, Rally Chris? I don't think Rally Chris pays attention to the show anymore. Marty says, the boys know how to lose in big occasions. Thank God my birthday is in the offseason November. Ambush says the Angels lost 13-1 on my birthday. Sorry, Ambush. Don says they pitched all their guys only one inning to, though they had just put together a better inning than us. That's just how it goes. That's a stupid ghost runner. I wish it would go away with that rule. I wish a ghost runner would come in the 12th inning, not in the 10th. It's not just this team sucks. It's this team is inferior. Also, Jesus says we all need the anals hat and get banned. Bench Trout, we're at that point. Vote for Bond says the way this team has been playing most of the season, I thought they'd finish around 500 barring injuries. What the fuck happened? That's what I thought too. I thought this team would make a success run by going, 500. What does the future of this organization even look like, Rod? I wish I knew, but I have no idea. They do stuff ass backwards. We're playing without passion, Anthony says, and if we have no leadership in the dugout, nobody wants to step up on a daily basis and show up like we want to win. It's just like we don't have a soul. It's sad, really. I agree. 100%. Demetrio says, done following the Angels. I'm in hockey and boxing mode, only watching Heedy in terms of baseball. And boy, do we have a boxing matchup this weekend. Canelo in that fight versus dude that's 41-0. Man, when will I get a Heedy post-game show? You're getting Heedy rants. That's what you're getting. Is it true the rumors about Artie selling the team? No, not true. Again, nothing till the audit comes. He's not selling until he gets an obvious what is it called? Decision. Alfonso says, I guess the only good thing is about another loss is a better pick, but it doesn't matter really because they screwed that up anyway, just like the pick this year. They don't get that top 10 pick or top 5, I should say. Yeah, top 10. Rivera might be better than Ohapi. He has been playing pretty good. Dino says, why couldn't Chafin pitch? I have no idea, dude. He should have. Football being here makes these losses not acceptable, but they don't matter as much. I'm still enjoying the win over the Seahawks. You should, because your quarterback's going to be out 3 to 5 weeks. You're welcome. Alfonso says, hey, Seuss, we had a number 2 pick, and then we picked the 18th best guy. Mateo says, why doesn't cousin Joey ever play hide and seek? Because he always hides in the fridge. You can hear the snacks disappear. Okay. Jesus says, help us, City of Anaheim. You're our only hope. Also, Tamir 20 says, you're not just dead weight, expensive dead weight. Also, and like that, Mike Trout turned into Albert Pujols. Anthony also says you would think Trout could put some chess pieces around him to be a contender, but no. And he's never been a good recruiter either. That's the problem. Also, Angels are like an old fishy badge. They stink. What about chronic tacos? They're okay. They're not great, but they're okay. We are getting ripped on the booze at the stadium for sure. Dallas McPherson for manager at this point. Also, Alfonso says, number 1, need a new owner. Number 2, need starting pitching. Number 3, coaching staff. Number 4, Trout to the eye doctor. Josh says, I've been dating a girl from Anaheim, but I can't ask her to go to the game because then I'd have to admit I'm an Angels fan. He's wearing a Yankees hat. Lee says, I feel like everyone's been lured by false hope regarding their teams at some point or another, myself included. Yeah, Leaf, but we've done it 11 straight years or 10. Seno Hoppy Trout Soriano to a psychologist in the offseason. Michael Gibby says this team will lose 85 or more when it's all said and done. Yep, I agree. Also, Alfonso says Perry put this team together, but nerds tell this team how to play the game. I really don't know who's the biggest problem. I think it's a good tie right there. Albert says, "Hey Todd, did you hear that the Angels' new manager is Oliveira?" No. Alfonso says this team's priority is entertainment, not winning. Chick dog the long dog, or chicks dig the long dog. When does the audit start? Again, it's gonna be November sometime, October, November. Um, that's not a nice win. It was not moist. Everyone is swinging for the moon when they don't have the bat speed or the bat skills to begin with, and they don't even have the swing coach to learn the launch angle. Again, we're trusting this team or these coaches that don't have any kind of freaking idea of how to play the game because they never made it, teaching our young guys how to stay in a league that they didn't play in because their time is different from ours. And they rely heavily on the goddamn analytics. It makes no sense. How do we get rid of analytics? It's so ridiculous. The team has got to come up with that decision on their own. Get Jared Weaver in here as a pitching coach, Spectre Murky says. Omar says we have enough liars already on this team. We don't need another one. Bring back Rex Hudler and get rid of Goofy. I'm all for that. What's going on with Adele? What is vertigo? He's dizzy a lot. So something happened where it's throwing him off, whether he's diabetic, ran into a wall, something's messing with his equilibrium. I would have taken a Marcus Stroman rather than a Peralta. I would too, but then again, you have that shitty attitude and personality, same as Bauer. If they want to hit more home runs, at least they could use bigger bats. Their bats look like toothpicks compared to the Mariners. Thank you, Trash Halos. Sorry, Todd, I meant postseason show. Yeah, I don't know when we're going to get that, if ever. I think the curse of Otani is in full force. We keep coming up short. This weekend's boxing match is just another money grab. I hope it's not, because I still like boxing, but fuck, you can't argue that. What's the difference between Dubai and Abu Dubai? People in Dubai don't like the Flintstones, but people like, oh my god. Enough with the freaking popsicle stick jokes. Rod says, did the torpedo bats ever become a thing? No, I think they faded away once they started breaking like crazy, and they were like 1 in 15 every time they would use those bats. 1 for 15. Spectre Murky says should have put Urena in. He's been doing better than Peralta, or put in Peralta when we have Kenley and save Kenley. But they got to pitch these guys an inning. They just got to pitch him an overall inning every time. It's annoying, so annoying. I think I'm gonna end it there. It's 11:35. I've spent too much ranting. I didn't even get into the damn scorecard or nothing, because usually we do this where we break down the scoring. We tell you who scored. But again, I'm just going to go over the box score with the pitchers. Soriano, 4 innings, 4 runs, 5 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, 96 pitches thrown. That's why he's never going to get good. If you're throwing 96 pitches before you reach the 5th inning, you're never going to get a what do you call it? A quality start. Then you got Silseth, who can give you 4 to 5 innings. He gives you 1. 10 pitches. Nope, you're done. Garcia, been pitching pretty good lately. 16 pitches. Oh, your arm's going to fall off. You got to go. Burke has been solid. Inning pitch. Nope. Got to go. 11 pitches. 15 pitches for Fermin. Shut down inning as well. All these guys, shut down innings. No hits allowed. Take them out. Kelly Jansen only allows a walk. Why the fuck are you still in here? Get out of here. Stevenson, 2 strikeouts, 14 pitches. Get the fuck out of my face, says Montgomery. Peralta, suckiest pitcher on the staff. Oh, you can go back-to-back innings. Hell, if we go into the 13th, 14th, 15th, you could pitch the whole damn game, Peralta. I love you. That's Ray Montgomery. I mean, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. And then you look over at what Seattle did, the exact same thing. Because analytics says so. If we do not take our game back, our game will become unwatchable. The analytics got to go at some point. Like I wanted to go the route of the Wildcat in football, just disappear, show up every now and then in a game, once or twice. I don't want to see it take over the game, and it is taking over the game. So with that being said, my rant is over. I will see you tomorrow on here on the post-game show after another Angels triumphant win, as we're stuck on 69 wins. Ha ha ha! I said 69. Everybody have a good rest of your night. Go Angels, I guess.